Mythic RAM 7 is finally out, and while I intend to make the iron size comparison video tomorrow, well, release because I'm currently recording it, but in this video I will just go through the final form, because, well, it was just automatically put on when I started playing, and I decided that I will just start from it, and later go down to the middle variant and to the default variant for the iron size video. Now, the gunsmith is just pretty much the default variant. I don't think that there are many other options that would be good. And first I want to talk about the design. When I was watching like leak videos, I was very skeptical because it kind of just seemed a bit cringe. But in game I think that it is actually amazing. And the final form iron sight, at least, it is absolute peak. Like, there are zero issues with the iron sight. And with the final form I had these matches, and well, the lobbies were not the best considering that it is daytime, I get it. And I have 137 kills defeat, which I will showcase in this video, and I managed to get a 28 kills MVP victory, which will be for the iron sights video. Now, this defeat, it was pretty unpleasant because, well, the teammates, they really were not good at getting the spawn and like going to OBG on time and whatnot. A few OBG areas we did manage to seize, but well, yeah, it wasn't the best teamwork. And now the weapon, well, like I've said in this video, I'm only using the final form iron sight variant, and it is absolutely flawless. Well, you will be able to see. But what I absolutely dislike is that we kept the Warzone mobile movement that was available in the default RAM 7 option, and as well as the Epic. And well, I was hoping that the Mythic form would not have it, but unfortunately it does have it. And now this movement, it just adds a bit of the extra dangle animations, and when I try to pop a UAV and slide, I cannot. I just, instead sliding, I just crouch. And with all the other weapons, normal weapons, I can do that. It kind of just adds some mobility, like I slide forward when using the UAV instead of pausing a little bit. And with Warzone mobile movement it is not possible. Now all the extra dangles, well, I don't think that Activision can expect me to observe and admire how the gun dangles more realistically in front of my character when I walk around or sprint or jump or whatever, then I'm getting proper sweaty lobbies. Like, even this defeat, there was not a second where I could just pause and drool at the gun. Or like look at the death effect. It is just not possible. Like, if you are playing ranked, you don't have the time to look at the death effect. And I said the same in my VMP iron sights review video that I made earlier when the VMP was released, that I played like many hours with the Mythic to make the video, and I had zero idea what the death effect even was, because I kill enemy, I don't look at the death effect, I go kill more enemies, you know. Or I die, respawn, and go back to killing enemies. So, in my opinion, death effects, well, I absolutely value them only as a bit of a kill confirmed, because if you see that some death effect is starting to pop out, you know that you killed the enemy. And if you have the default variant and you don't get the death effect, well, I personally often just put a few extra bullets because I'm not sure if the enemy is dead or not just yet. But yeah, so I don't really look at those things, how the death effect itself looks. I mostly care about the iron sight and, well, the mobility. And the Mythics, they do have lesser aim shake and the tactical sprinting, which is nice, but I think that Warzone mobile mobility add is kind of just not good. But with Mythic it still feels a bit smoother compared to the default or epic variants, and I played with them both. I already got the gold camo and Damascus and platinum therefore, so basically I played with not Mythic a significant amount, like enough to observe how the movement feels. And so yeah, Mythic is definitely better in that regard, but I still wish that they did not add the Warzone mobile movement on the Mythic. Now here I switched temporarily to my Termite manual loadout because I wanted to take down the Goliath on the enemy side, as I thought that with this team we would be just cooked if I'm playing with the RAM 7, but my teammates actually managed to destroy it, which is, I guess, nice, like a good thing that my teammates were able to destroy the Goliath. And later I switched back, and well, so the conclusion is that the Mythic, at least the final form, there are zero issues with it aside of the Warzone mobile movement, but it is annoying, but like it doesn't make the weapon unusable, so I can kind of overlook it, considering that the iron sight is certainly just... I think it is easily one of the best mythic iron sights in game that we have. Now the meta positioning, well, at the moment it is good in close to mid-range battles, it is very usable. So in smaller maps and mid-maps you can use it, in big maps no, but it's possible that next season some buff will be coming alongside, maybe another nerf to the USS-9, because, well, if you remember the situation when USS-9 was added, BP-50 was still the top meta. They shared a season where they both were peak meta options, and when BP-50 was nerfed again, leaving the top meta for the USS-9. And considering that USS-9 was meta for over a year, and top meta mythics will remain in the meta for about a year before we get a nerf, the end of the USS-9 dominance is just coming. Like, if it is not this season, and I'm making a video with USS-9, it is certainly not as good as it was before, but still usable. But I think that officially it should expire in the season 9, and so one more buff to the RAM 7, well, more a buff to the RAM 7 should push it higher in the meta, but at the moment it is also valid meta. As for the mythic, I don't want to say buy RAM 7 because the final form is good, that is just silly. So for this reason I urge you to wait for my iron sights video where I review all three of them, but so far the outlook is very promising.